The US government hired Ripple anyway as a well-known XRP leader. Someone on Twitter is trying to make the point that we should also talk about Charles Hoskinson. In this clip, he talks about why the Democrats lost the 2024 election, which I think we should do. We'll also look at some other videos in this series that have to do with XRP, guys. It's going to be great. Stay with me through this whole thing. Jay Claver wrote a post in about 2 weeks, or maybe a little longer. Oh no, sorry. But XRP will be 13 years old on June 2, 2025. Happy birthday, XRP. Charles Hodgkinson, the founder of Cardano, talks about why the Democrats lost the 2024 election. Check it out. If you look at the study of the 2024 election, one reason Harris lost was that there are 55 million Americans who own crypto, use crypto, or know about crypto. Most of them are young and lean left. As a politician, why would you go start a fire? It seems like Democrats still understand that they're going against what most of their supporters want, which is digital. We only want clear rules and regulations for digital assets, right? We know that thieves, con artists, and other bad people took advantage of the crypto market for a long time because it wasn't regulated. That's why we need you, the people we vote for, to step in and make sure there are enough rules. Let's use crypto responsibly and not keep getting ripped off. How many emails do you get every day that say, hey, they got your email address and started sending you all these scams, so it's not something you signed up for? Check your 12-word seed phrase to make sure it's correct. If it's not, your Coinbase account could have been hacked or you could be hacking it. They want to steal your money. Where are our safety nets? The only thing that can save the US dollar is a digital dollar that runs on Ripple rails. It should be a fully controlled asset like XRP, which is the only clear digital asset in the US. There you have it, the answer. Unfortunately for people who own XRP, Ripple just met with officials from the UAE to talk about the issue, about building digital infrastructure and opening up new financial ideas. They joined together like bricks at the same time, and I don't think that was a mistake. XRP's taken over the Middle East. Let's put it all together. The State Bank of Saudi Arabia is a partner of Ripple. Ripple is now known as Ripple Payments. The UAE has live lines for market liquidity. Dubai is where Ripple's Route 1023 took place, which supports the idea that the Middle East is at the center of the new financial system. What no one is talking about is that XRP is Sharia compliant, which means it follows Islamic finance rules like being open, sharing risks, and not charging interest. This means it can be used in the world of Islamic banking, which is in charge of more than $3 trillion, 0 cents in assets right now. There is yet another chance. More and more, Donald Trump is making new deals in the Middle East to boost economic and political growth. This could mean that the U.S. is trying to get closer to Saudi Arabia. The petrodollar system is ending and the dollar is taking its place. Trump is working on a new look for the US dollar right now. The US dollar is no longer a reserve currency, and XRP is not just a short-term idea. I have a quick question for you. If not the US dollar, what will be used for trade around the world? I'm not kidding when I say how much money. Most states aren't sure they can trust a cryptocurrency yet, and I don't think we're quite there yet. Some people think de-dollarization is happening faster than it really is. The yuan is one of your other big currencies. The Chinese yuan has a problem because 90% of it is kept in China. It's not kept as a backup currency around the world. Dear Russia, stop talking to me. It looks like your economy is falling apart. They depend on oil production, and Ukraine has been going after almost all of Russia's oil producers. That's not a real money that will be used all over the world. They do have the Swiss franc, which could be used, but it's not really seen as the world's reserve currency. Where do you go? Do you visit XRP? If so, will that happen? The US has the biggest financial market in the world, but there are no rules about it. Are you sure that the US will give up all of its power? I don't think so. I just think that some people don't get it. I do believe that the dollar is becoming less important. It will just take a few more decades. That's how I feel. Please wait a moment. I love to be wrong about that and have this turn into something else. What do you know about the money used around the world? Let's see. If the word dollarization keeps popping up, I might have spelled it wrong. Taking away the dollar will fix it. Taking away the dollar, I could never do that. Dollarization means that governments are moving away from the US dollar. What kind of money could be used instead? What's going on in the world? Let's look at this too while that does its math. 100 million names of asset managers. Right now, only XRP meets the needs. Excuse me, but what are the names of asset managers, currencies that can work with a Bitcoin plan? I have no idea what that is. I can't see what you see. A study from WisenTree, a $100 billion, 0 cents, no sense asset management company, says that XRP is a good altcoin for long-term portfolio strategy along with Bitcoin. In a recent tweet, community researcher Smoke brought this study to people's attention. The study sees XRP not as a risky asset, but as a legal addition to Bitcoin that doesn't have a diversified crypto allocation. A study by a company shows that big buyers don't want to put all of their money into one mega cap. Bitcoin is the only cryptocurrency that gets news coverage and ETFs these days. It sounds like WisdomTree is saying that governments and companies should look at XRP next. Let's try to understand this better. China, which has the second largest economy in the world, has worked hard to get the yuan used in trade deals, especially with BRICS countries. The IMF said that the yuan could be used around the world through agreements with more than 40 other countries. Oh, they mean the yuan. The euro is the second most important reserve currency in the world and is used a lot in foreign trade. That can't be the one, can it? Of course, the euro would be the most, besides the dollar. That's what you see. But are we really going to give up the dollar for the euro? I have nothing against the euro. I just don't see many countries or businesses saying they're buying euros or stocking up on them. So I'm not sure. Here's a list of the 50 most expensive companies right now. If you want to learn more, which cryptocurrencies would be the most valuable if these companies use them as part of Project Pine. The New York Fed and the BIS Innovation Hub made a sample of tools that central banks can use to carry out monetary policy in a world where everything is made of tokens. Project Pine shows that central banks can be a part of these new systems. And it's also the first step to learn more about how smart contracts might speed up the tools that central banks use